All right, so welcome to 6th grade 3D color wheel. In this video, you're going to listen to me while I do a video on how to fold your blank paper quiz. What you are going to need is a little bag of paper clips. I usually just throw some in, but to finish the blank quiz and the actual color wheel, you're going to need about 13 paper clips. You need to hang on to this, all right, until you're completely done with the color wheel and you have actually entered it or turned it in, okay? Because once you put your color wheel together, you're going to put the paper clips back in the baggie and you're going to return them to Mrs. TerWee. So hang on to them at the end of class today. All right, so I'm going to need one paper clip and I'm going to need a paper plate, like you can see in the picture here. So I'm going to pull one out of my bag and I've got my paper clip or my paper plate ready to go. The only other thing I can think of is you probably need a pencil, because once you put this together and you fold it, you are going to put your name on it and you're going to turn it into a box so that it gets a grade on it. This says 5th grade blank paper or blank plate quiz. Okay. So whatever class period, just make sure you get it in the correct box. So let's go ahead and start this video here. All right. So as I said, you need the paper clip and the plate. First thing you're going to do is you're going to fold the plate in half. Now, you'll notice that I went over that 2 or 3 times with my hand. I cannot stress enough that as you begin, starting with this quiz, you want to make sure that you fold those or make those folds as tight as possible. And I don't have long fingernails, guys. I will take my fingernail and just basically dig it across that fold, because the tighter it is, the better your 3D color wheel is going to be. The better it all folds and comes together. So you'll see me go over it again and again and maybe even again. Okay. All right. Once this is done, you can see how flat it is. You're going to take the left corner and fold it to the right corner. And again, we want to make this fold as tight as possible. So once you line it up, okay, just gently push it with your hand and then tight, fold. Go over it and over it 3 or 4 times to make it as flat as possible. See how flat that is? Okay, I'm going to pause the video and give you a chance to catch up. Paper plates are very durable, which allows for the painting process, and it also allows for the folding that we're going to do. But we are working on a blank plate first because I want you to learn the actual process of folding it. Okay, so hopefully you're all caught up. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to open it back up so that we have the fold in the middle and we are back to a half plate. I'm going to take this half of the plate and I'm going to fold it up to that middle fold. Okay. So you can see I put my finger down and I fold it up to the center. And I'm taking the time to make sure it really lines up. Make it a tight fold. You're going to hear or read me say this over and over and over and over. I'm going to do the same thing on the left side. I'm going to pause it for just a second. Give you a chance to catch up. But we're now going to take that left half and we're going to fold it up to the center so that it almost makes like a tent. It's upside down, but it's a tent. Okay, so hopefully you're caught up. We'll go ahead and fold the left side up so those 2 edges line up. Again, make a tight fold. Go over it with your fingernail. By the way, guys, look at how flat that is. If you don't have any fingernails and you're like, I can't do it, I don't have any fingernails, you can take a pencil and you can rub the pencil along the edge. I've even had students take the actual paper clip and just kind of go along the edge and, again, make it as tight as possible. So, all right, next step, we're going to open it back up. We have just now made folds on all these edges, and we're going to put the paper clip right in the very center on the rounded part of the plate. Okay, so the paper clip goes on the rounded part of the plate. All right, we are now going to, and this is a little odd to what I'm doing here, but I'm going to take my 2 fingers, okay? I'm going to see if I can back up there just a little bit. So my pincher fingers, where's my camera? Right there. Okay, I'm gonna take these two fingers, my pointer finger and my thumb, and I'm basically just going to stick them inside the plate, and I'm gonna open it up. That just spreads it out. So open it up. I took my whole hand and just kind of pushed it out, and now I'm pushing it in. I pushed it out, and then I'm going to push it in. Okay, I'll give you a chance to do that. I'm also making a plate right now to catch up to where we're at. So you'll notice how flat it is on the screen right now. You want to make sure it gets as flat as that. All right, so we are now going to switch hands and do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna put our fingers in and open it up and push it in. Okay, and I'll give you a chance to catch up on that as well. Hopefully by me stopping the video and giving you a chance, that gets you to the point where you're caught up here. So again, I'm going to take my fingers and open up the right side and push it in. Ooh, let's see, there we go. All right, now if you get to this point and you're like, well, Miss TerWee, it's really not a tight fold, it's just not wanting to go in flat. I have to sometimes take my fingers and run it along the edge to make it flat. Okay, so this is my first side. I'm catching up. I'm holding it right here. So the paper clip is right in my hand and I'm pushing it flat. And do the same thing on the other side. All right, let's go ahead and watch the rest of the video here. So basically, we're done. Okay, this is what you want to do for your folded plate. It's going to look like this. It kind of looks like a bow tie. Okay. I don't want to watch that. Oops, I got to stop it here. All right. Let me get to something else here. Okay. So once you get to this point where you have this made, it looks like the bow tie, but we don't want to leave it like a bow tie for the moment. We're just going to press it together so it kind of looks like a fan. All right. You need to put your first name, your last name. Please don't write first and last, right? Actually write your name and then write whether you are in 5th period, 7th period, or 8th period. And you are going to put it in the box, the correct labeled box. Okay, that is the end of the video. And the next video is going to talk about how you fold your painted plates. So I will go ahead and stop this.